Welcome back, guys. In this video, you're going to learn about what are layouts. So guys, in previous video we learned about the Blade templating engine, and we learned how useful it is to use the templates, and obviously now we're going to learn more about it. So basically layouts is used in the Blade templating engine itself. So two of the primary benefits of using the Blade are the template inheritance and sections. So like I explained in the previous video, I gave an example of the just style, wherein you have different templates, and you can use the same templates to rerun the same kind of data which requires the same structure. So similarly, you can create templates over here, which are basically your layouts, and inherit them into another file and extend them, etc. Okay, so by creating the layouts, guys, we can actually reuse the set of codes multiple times in our projects. We don't have to keep writing them over and over again. So it saves your time as well, and plus it organizes things for you. So rather than writing the whole set of code in just one page, you can separate the header layout, you can separate the footer layout, and you can separate the content layout as well. So you can do all of that. It will actually keep things organized, and you won't get confused when you look at the code. Otherwise, if everything is on one page, then it's very difficult to read. So it actually improves your readability when you are dividing these into sections and layouts. Okay. So the layout files will also allow you to include your own set of codes in that template by defining @yield name like so. So I'll just explain to you how that works. Okay, so let's get rid of this basically. Okay, let's close all of this. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to create a folder or directory called layouts inside of this, inside of my root directory of views, and I'll name it as layouts. Okay, now let's say this is my test.blade.php and I write my HTML inside of it. So this is my HTML, okay, and then I write some lorem ipsum over here. So lorem ipsum, okay, and then I have some heading as well. So this is heading. Okay, I'll just zoom it in, and I'll just go over there and see how it looks. So refresh the page, and you can see this is heading, and then I have some lorem ipsum going on there. Now, instead of writing everything on one page, I can divide these into sections or layouts. So I can go into the layouts directory and create a new template, Blade template called header dot blade dot php. Okay, so this is my header, and then I'll also create another layout for footer section, which is footer dot blade dot php. Okay, now what I can do now is go to my test.blade.php, copy this set of code from up until body, cut it, paste it into header.php, and the remaining section, which is your from body up until HTML, I will include that into my footer section. Okay, right. Now what I can do is basically go over here, okay, and I will just say @include layouts dot header, and then I will also say layouts dot footer. So I will include my header and footer. Now if I go over here, refresh the page, sure enough it works the same way. Okay, another way of doing this is let's say that I have a certain section like header and footer which I'm going to use throughout the project. So what I'll do is I'll just create one file. So I'm going to delete this footer and header. This was just for example. Okay, and get rid of this as well. Okay, and what I'm going to do is basically create a master layout file. So master.blade.php. Okay, inside of master, I'm going to go ahead and open this tag. Okay, and this is my body, this is all of that. Over here what I can do is I can use the blade templating engine in a format which is at yield title. So here is where the title will come dynamically when I'm inheriting this particular template, and this is where the content will come. So at yield content. Okay, so I'm naming this as content, naming this as title. Okay, now if I go to test.blade.php, if I want to include this particular, if I want to extend this particular section, all I have to do is say at extends. I'll just zoom it in. At extends, and then the name of the layout. So my name of the layout is master.blade.php, so I'll just say master.blade. Sorry, I don't have to .blade. I'll just say layouts, because it's in the layouts directory, and say master. Okay, that's all I have to do, and I will just write something so that you can see. So it's h1. This is master layout. Okay, now if I refresh the page, sure enough you can see this is master layout. So basically it is inheriting that master template. Okay, master layout. So you can see now I have HTML tag, I have head section, I have body section. However, if you notice, we don't have anything in the title section, is empty, and similarly after the h1 tag we don't really have anything. Okay, so this is the reason, guys, why we have used this at yield title. So this is what we're trying to explain, that by defining at yield, we can actually go ahead and make that dynamic, and whatever value we're going to put inside of the template that we're inheriting the other template from, that value will be replaced over there. So at yield will be something that will be used inside of my layout file, and the template that is inheriting, the view file that is inheriting that template, over there we're going to use add section to go ahead and put the value for that. So I'll say add section, and then I'll say title, and then comma, and I want to say my title would be Laravel. Let's say Laravel. Okay, so what would happen, notice over here, is that this is my template which is inside of the layouts directory. Over here, this is the place where I've said at yield title, and because I've used this name, I need to use the same name as the first parameter and add section method as well, add section tag as well, and then put the value over there. And now if I go and refresh the page, you will notice that we have a tag, we have a title as Laravel, and if you check over here, we have the Laravel inserted over here, right? Now similarly, if I want to insert the content over here, at this point all I have to do is at yield, and whatever we can go ahead and insert it over here. So you can just do add section, and then say, remember we need to write the name, which this has to be the same name as content, and then do add end section. Okay, and whatever we're going to write over here, we can write the whole HTML, we can just do anything over here, that will still work. So we can just say p tag, and then we do lorem ipsum. Okay, and you'll notice that at that point, this set of quotes, which is basically your whatever you write inside of this add section and end section, will be inserted where the at yield is called. Okay, so let's refresh the page, and sure enough you can see that you have lorem ipsum over here, and if you check the body, just beneath the head tag you have the p tag inserted here. Okay, now I'll tell you the beauty of it. Let's say this was one file. Okay, so that's okay. I mean, you could have just written the whole thing. Why did we actually have to create a template for that? So I will tell you why. Okay, so now if you say that you create another file which would be called as about.blade.php, I think we already have that. Okay, it's here. Okay, so over here I don't have to write the entire thing like this. All I can do is do add extends, and then which template am I extending? My template is inside of the layouts directory here, and then the name of the template is master, and then closing, and we'll go to about, So remember the route for the about is /about. Okay, so now if you go ahead and check, sorry, this page you're accessing could not be found. Why? Okay, let's just check the, remember our routes are defined into web.php, so we'll just check. Okay, it looks like we haven't created the route for the about.php, so we're going to do that now. So we'll just copy this and create a route, say about, and we'll load, it's inside of the about directory, so it's about dot, and the name of the template, name of the view file is about, so we'll say about over here. Just going to load that view. Okay, now if you go back and check, sure enough, you've got, this is the master layout. So now you can see that we are inheriting the master layout even in the about.blade.php, and we are inheriting that in the test.blade.php. So basically, by just one line of code, we have the entire file over there, and we can just extend it. The meaning of extension means that, you know, you have including this entire file, and then wherever possible, wherever you have defined these small method, small tags like @yield, those can be then replaced by defining add section. So now I can say add section over here and change the title for this file. So say title and then say about. So now if I go back, refresh the page, sure enough you can now see that this is about. If I go to test, you can now see, okay, sorry, test, yep, you can now see this is Laravel, right? So two different files inheriting the same template and changing the content inside of them at these points. So we're changing the title, we are changing the content as well. Let's change the content. So we again say, we'll just copy paste this just to save time. Okay, so remember that this is the point where we want to insert the content. So we'll use the same keyword, same same name as content, and then over here we can just say something else this time. So we can say p this is about page. We go back, refresh the page, go to about, and sure enough you can see this is about page. So you can now see that we are actually inheriting the same template, saving our time, where we don't have to rewrite the same codes over and over again. We can reuse the same set of codes and just add to it in different files. So it's really helpful. You're going to be using it all the time in your projects, and this makes your job a lot easier. And you can see how clean it is. You know, if you had to write certain bit of codes, all you have to do is just line one right. If you just want to change the content, just write it over here. So you don't have to, mess it up by putting the entire code over here. It's so cleaner. It's so much cleaner. Okay, brilliant. If you did like my video, please do subscribe to my channel and do share my videos with others, and do comment in case if you have any questions. And I will see you in the next video. And in the next video we are going to learn, let's see what we have next. We're going to learn basically, yeah, we'll learn the Tinker and database, etc. Yep, great. See you in the next video then, guys. Bye bye.